Hi everyone, this is Ravi. Welcome to Katalon Automation tutorial. As you all know, I've already published 41 YouTube videos covering beginners, intermediate and advanced level concepts. So from this lesson onwards, I'm going to start teaching you about Katalon Recorder automation testing, or how can we automate your test cases by using Katalon Recorder. So I'm going to publish 6 YouTube videos covering beginners and advanced level concepts pertaining to Katalon Recorder. Please do subscribe to the channel, click on bell icon. You will receive notifications whenever I publish more videos. Thank you. Don't forget to like and share the video. This is our first lesson on Katalon Recorder. So in this lesson, I'm going to teach you how can we seamlessly create automated tests for browsers. As part of this lesson, I'm going to cover total 4 chapters. Chapter 1, understanding the need for automated browser testing. As part of chapter 1, I'm going to cover what are the challenges of manual testing and benefits and importance of browser automation. And then in chapter 2, I'm going to introduce you to Katalon Recorder. And as part of chapter 2, I'm going to cover 3 different sections. What is Katalon Recorder? Benefits of Katalon Recorder. What do people use Katalon Recorder for? And chapter 3, set up Katalon Recorder. As part of this chapter, I'm going to teach you how can we install Katalon Recorder and verify successful installation. And then I'm going to teach you Katalon Recorder GUI overview. Chapter 4, creating automated tests using Katalon Recorder. Part of chapter 4, I'm going to teach you how can we create your first automation script using Katalon Recorder, and then create another complex script using Katalon Recorder with verify and assertion commands. So now let's jump onto the system and see all these concepts practically. This is chapter 1, understanding the need for automated browser testing. Before we learn about Katalon Recorder, let us first understand the need for automated browser testing. As part of section 1 in chapter 1, let us discuss about challenges of manual testing. The software has shifted from process enablers to strategic differentiators. So with this shift, there is an ever increasing demand for software to be released faster. But the software is complicated. Therefore, the speed of development is positively associated with the risks of software defects. Software defects affect stakeholders' end user values, which translate into undesirable business risks. So, a major component of solving this challenge is automated testing. Automated testing enables organizations to expose software defects much faster. After being aware of software defects, manager can evaluate business risks and determine if a release is acceptable or not. So hence, automated testing is must for an organization. Otherwise, companies must rely on manual testing, which cannot keep up with development pace. Opportunities are lost, and software becomes a bottleneck instead of a competitive advantage. Therefore, automated testing is a necessary step in the evaluation of the software industry. As part of section 2 in chapter 1, let us first understand the benefits and importance of browser automation. Software testing is traditionally a manual process. For testers, the industrial adaptation of automated testing is a cause for concern. Such a transition must occur gradually because it is not possible for manual testers to become automation testers overnight. Furthermore, testers must continue to produce value for their organizations while learning automated testing. So, the appropriate tool must accommodate both the need of organizations for productivity and the need of testers to acquire more automated testing experience. That is the reason it is appropriate to select the proper automation tool or the suitable automation tool. Websites remain the most popular way to make your business acceptable to the rest of the world. So, when testers look at automated testing solutions for websites, there is one effective product that you can think of, which is Katalon Recorder. There are manual testers who work in teams who do not apply automated testing. Nevertheless, they discover that being able to automate repetitive actions in the browser frees up their time to spend on more valuable activities. However, parts of their work are necessarily manual, such as exploratory testing. That means part of their work cannot be automated. It should be a manual effort. Therefore, their workflows frequently contain some steps that can be automated and some steps that cannot be automated. This case excludes Selenium IDE from being a good fit because it cannot execute automated test cases or automated actions on an existing tab. Because, see, if some parts of actions are manual and some of the steps are automated, you need to perform both manual and automated tests on the same tab. So that cannot be done in Selenium IDE because it cannot execute automated actions on an existing tab. So in Selenium IDE, tests are always executed in a new window. While this is indeed useful for automated testing in order to isolate the test cases, it does not allow integration between manual efforts and automated efforts. And hence, there is another alternative tool, which is Katalon Recorder. This is another reason why users have Katalon Recorder as an alternative tool. Here, you can execute a series of automated steps on an existing tab. This means that you can execute the automation for repetitive actions in your workflow, pick up from the end results to perform manual actions, and then execute the automation on the end result again. That means on same tab, existing tab itself, you can perform automation actions and you can perform manual actions. So that is the advantage of Katalon Recorder. This is chapter 2, Introduction to Katalon Recorder. As part of section 1 in chapter 2, let us first understand what is Katalon Recorder in detail. Katalon Recorder is a free, lightweight web extension for automating actions and automated testing on the web browsers. So this is an alternative tool for Selenium IDE. It is a browser automation tool that enables users to record actions performed in a web browser, and you can simply replay those recorded actions later. It is primarily used for automated testing of web applications only. Currently, Katalon Recorder is available on three different browsers: Chrome, Firefox, and Edge. So, Katalon Recorder is a very lightweight, but it is a powerful. So, you can record and turn web actions into automated scripts within a few clicks. And this is a Selenium IDE compatible. That means, let us assume you already recorded all your scripts by using the Selenium IDE recorder. So you can use those existing Selenium IDE tests as is by using Katalon Recorder. How? Simply import existing Selenium IDE tests and start executing them or enhancing the scripts by using Katalon Recorder. Up to date and adaptable. So basically, by using Katalon Recorder, you can test well on your latest browser versions. So generally, Chrome, Edge, Firefox, all these browsers keeps releasing their latest versions. So Katalon Recorder supports all latest browser versions, and you can test your web application on these latest browser versions without any issues by using Katalon Recorder. As part of section 2 in chapter 2, let us first discuss about the benefits of Katalon Recorder. So following are the benefits of Katalon Recorder. The first one is faster development speed. So by using Katalon Recorder, you can start automating instantly without having to create a project or specifying a URL. So before you start automating any web application, you need not to create a project or you need not to specify the URL, right? You can simply directly start automating your web application. Over time, this small difference compounds to be a huge time saver. So, and also you can define variables once and use them everywhere and update when needed with global variables. So you need not to rewrite your scripts or you need not to define hard coding values in every test. And the second one is Katalon Recorder runs directly on your current tab. As we discussed in earlier section, Katalon Recorder allows you to seamlessly combine manual and automated steps in your workflow. In comparison with the Selenium IDE, Selenium IDE requires a brand new tab for every execution, whereas Katalon Recorder does not need the brand new tab. It can execute the test scripts in an existing tab itself. That is the main difference between Selenium IDE and Katalon Recorder. And the third one is higher efficiency in executions. So by using Katalon Recorder, you can categorize and run only test cases that matters by using dynamic test suites. That means in Katalon Recorder, by using Katalon Recorder, you can create dynamic test suites and you can run only required test cases. This stops unnecessary tests and manual workarounds. And the next benefit is less maintenance effort. Why? Because this Katalon Recorder also supports the self-healing feature. Self-healing automatically seeks and uses valid locators whenever website change and default locators fail to work. Let us assume you created a test scripts by using Katalon Recorder for your web application. So later in the next release, your web application got modified and some of the locators got changed. So in this case, Katalon Recorder enables self-healing automatically, and even though the default locator fails, it identifies an alternative locators by using self-healing feature. So this way, the existing scripts will not fail, and it autocorrects all the locators, and it uses the valid new locators to test your web application. The next benefit is more feedback loops and productivity. So by using Katalon Recorder, you can get more frequent and automatic executions through command line runner. That means whatever the tests or scripts that you recorded by using Katalon, those can be run by using command line runner itself. So let your tests run overnight and have the results ready by your next workday. And next one, centralized reports and data. So as soon as you run your tests by using Katalon Recorder, you can export test results to CSV files, and you can store these test results in Katalon desktops for in-depth analysis. The next benefit, readiness for future decisions. So whenever you record or whenever you automate your tests by using Katalon Recorder, you can export these tests into different languages. It supports, you can export your tests to C#, Java, Python, and Ruby without rewriting the script. So seamlessly migrate your tests or projects to Katalon Studio, or you can seamlessly migrate your tests and projects to Selenium WebDriver as well. The next benefit is Katalon Recorder has consistent development efforts, dedicated community and support. Katalon is having a team professionally motivated to improve the product, listen and help fix to your problems. You can simply send an email or you can communicate with the Katalon team to resolve the issues that you encounter while automating your test cases by using Katalon Recorder. As you understand what is Katalon Recorder and what are the different benefits of Katalon Recorder, as part of section 3 in chapter 2, let us discuss about what do people use Katalon Recorder for. So Katalon Recorder allows users to save time by automating the repetitive tasks on browsers such as generating reports, filling the forms, automating games, or automating any kind of web applications. It ensures quality of your work by testing before handing over to the QA teams. And it ensures end-to-end quality of your software by automated testing. And it monitors the functionality of web applications by synthetic testing. And it also monitors testing activity with shareable reports with visual diagrams and charts. This is chapter 3, Setup Katalon Recorder. As part of section 1 in chapter 3, let us see how to install Katalon Recorder and verify successful installation. So Katalon Recorder supports 3 different browsers: Chrome, Firefox and Edge. So let me show you how can we install Katalon Recorder on Chrome, Firefox, Edge by using the URL displayed on the screen. So let us navigate to the URL that is displaying on the screen and install Katalon Recorder browser extension for all three browsers. This is my Chrome browser, and let us paste the URL that is displayed on our slide. So if you go to katalon.com/katalon-recorder-IDE, you will be landing onto this page. So this explains more about the different features that are available by using the Katalon Recorder. And here you need to click on Install Recorder. As soon as you click on Install Recorder, you will be navigated to the new page, which shows you three different browser options. If you want to install Katalon Recorder web extension for Chrome, you'll need to click on this option. If you need to install Katalon Recorder web extension for Firefox, you'll be clicking on second button. If you want to install Katalon Recorder extension on Edge browser, you'll be clicking on third button. So let us first install Katalon Recorder on Chrome browser. Because we are already in Chrome browser, I would like to simply right click and open link in new tab. And here you will be landing onto the extensions for your Chrome browser. And this is the Katalon Recorder extension. And you need to click on Add to Chrome button. As soon as you click on Add to Chrome button, it gives you a pop-up saying that access the page debugger backend, read and change all your data on websites, display notifications, manage your downloads. Here you will be selecting Add Extension button. And now your extension is getting downloaded. Here you can see the download is in progress. So once your extension is downloaded, the extension will be added to your Chrome browser. So now you see a new tab has been opened and you got the message saying Recorder is successfully installed. So automatically a Katalon Recorder window will be opened in your browser. If you again go back to our Chrome, okay, if you open your extensions, so here you can see Katalon Recorder extension. And if you want to pin this extension, you can pin so that you can directly see on your Chrome web browser. And you can also go to your Katalon Recorder to see all the details of your Katalon Recorder. Okay. And then go to Katalon Recorder window. Because we installed the Katalon Recorder browser extension for the first time, it gives you welcome to Katalon Recorder window. And you can see how do you want to use Katalon Recorder. So you can select simply all the options that you would like to use for. Okay, let's assume I would like to kickstart test automation in my project. I can select this and click on Start Tour. So this will give you a tour how to use Katalon Recorder for Chrome browser. So this is how you can install Katalon Recorder for your Chrome browser. So now let us go back to the same web page that we opened. Now if I want to install Katalon Recorder web extension for Firefox, what I'm going to do, right click, instead of clicking on this button, I would like to right click and copy the URL link because I'm on Chrome browser. I would like to open the Firefox browser now. This is my Firefox. So Firefox browser is opened. Now here, earlier I have already copied the URL, right? Simply paste the URL in your Firefox browser. Hit enter. This will take you to the extensions for your Firefox. Now you just need to click on Add to Firefox button. As soon as I click on Add to Firefox button, it gives you a pop-up and you need to select Add button. So this will here, and also you need to select allow this extension to run in private windows if you need, or you can simply click on OK. So now you can see that the Katalon Recorder extension has been added. How can you make sure that the Katalon extension is added? You simply select these extensions. Now you can see the Katalon Recorder extension. Okay, if you click on Run extension, this will open your Katalon Recorder window that we saw earlier in Chrome browser. So you can simply close this one. Now let us see how can we install Katalon Recorder in Edge browser. So let us go back to the same page, and here select third button, right click and copy link address. And now I am installing the Katalon Recorder extension in Edge. I would like to open my Edge browser. This is my Edge browser. Paste the URL that we copied. This will take you to the extensions or the add-ons for your Edge browser. And this is my Katalon Recorder extension. And you have a small video where you can see how can we automate the tests by using Katalon Recorder, and it will have all other instructions. And now you simply click on Get button. As soon as you click on Get button, it gives you a pop-up and you need to select Add extension button. And now your extension gets installed on Edge browser, which enables your Katalon Recorder on your Edge browser. So now you can see the Katalon Recorder extension has been added. Let's go back to the same tab and click on Extensions. This will show you Katalon Recorder extension. So if you click on this Katalon Recorder extension, this will open your Katalon Recorder. Okay, and because I'm using this Katalon Recorder for the first time, it gives me welcome to Katalon Recorder screen. And we can have the tour as same as we did for the Chrome browser. But now I would like to close this one. Now we have completed installing Katalon Recorder extension on Chrome browser, Firefox browser and Edge browser, and we made sure that the Katalon Recorder extension has been installed successfully on 3 browsers. As part of section 2 in chapter 3, as we already understand how to install Katalon Recorder, now let us see the Katalon Recorder GUI overview. The Katalon Recorder main interface consists of 5 sections. The first one is Toolbar, the second one is Workspace, third one is Test Case Details View, fourth one is Context Menu, fifth one is Artifacts. So now let us elaborate each section to understand the Katalon Recorder sections in detail. The first one is Toolbar. So the Katalon Recorder toolbar contains buttons to help you to manage your web recording process. If you see on the screenshot, this is the toolbar which I'm talking about. All these options, including these options. Now let us see all these options are used for what. Let me open the Katalon Recorder on right side so that you will be understanding whatever I explain easily. The record button, which you see in red color, is used to record automation test. Play test case Button is used to execute selected single test case. Play test suite is used to execute selected test suite. Play all suites is used to execute all the test suites that you created. And then stop. Stop recording or stop current execution. So as soon as you start recording, a stop recording button will be appeared. So you can stop the recording. And then pause execution. You can see this is the option. Whenever you play test case or play test suite or play all suites, this pause execution will be enabled so that you can pause the current execution. As soon as you pause the current execution, a resume button will be enabled so that you can resume the current execution. And then user manual, this is the one. This user manual is to view the Katalon Recorder onboarding tutorial. As soon as you click on this, a tutorial will be appeared. Okay, and then speed. So if you see here, this navigation button, you can select the speed. The speed is to adjust the execution speed. Okay, and then you have a settings where you can port the configuration to change the default port used by Katalon Studio to communicate with the active browser. And then help, which is used to get Katalon Recorder user guide. You can get this Katalon Recorder user guide. And then GitHub option. So access Katalon Recorder public repository on GitHub. And stats. So this displays your daily stats for automated manual processes and executed automation scripts. This is about the toolbar. And the next one is the second section is workspace. The workspace is this one. Let me show you. This is called entire workspace. This is where you add the test cases, add the test suites, and then add test data. All these options you will be doing by using workspace. The workspace displays the structure of test suites. Here, the structure of test suites, dynamic test suites. These are the dynamic test suites and associated test cases. The test cases under the test suites, helping you to recognize, browse, and quickly access to any test cases. Workspace also contains test data. This is the section. Extension scripts. This is extension scripts. And profile. This profile is for using the global variables. So basically you can define global variables at profile level. Let's assume you want to define global variables for QA environment, or if you want to create global variables for UAT environment, you want to create global variables for production environment, right? So then you will be creating three different profiles: QA, UAT, and production, and then you can manage global variables at profile level. And open add test suite can be performed quickly by clicking on corresponding icons on the upper right corner. If you go back to here, if I want to add a test suite, simply I can go here and click on create new test suite. In the same way, dynamic test suite. And then if I want to add test data, I can simply click on open test data file. So here, test data. The test data tab allows you to upload CSV or JSON file for test data driven testing. If you want to perform data driven testing, or if you want to execute one test case with different data sets, then this test data tab will be used. You can also manage test data file by editing the name or removing unwanted data file. So to learn more about data driven testing using Katalon Recorder, you can refer data driven testing in Katalon Academy. I'm going to publish another course for data driven testing. And third section is test case details view. So in test case details view, Katalon Recorder displays recorded test scripts in the test case window. This is what I'm talking about. This is your test case window. Okay. and it displays command and its parameters in table format. This is the table format that I can show you, right? You can also drag and drop any test step to organize the test case. So you can simply drag and drop any test step to organize your test case. Okay, editing test case. How can you edit the test case? Katalon Recorder allows you to edit any recorded commands or added the new command at any point of the steps. Command target value display information of current selected command. This entry field is modifiable. If you see, each test case has multiple test steps, correct? So these multiple test steps contains three different columns: command, target, and value. Each test step contains command, target, value, and these command, target, value are editable. You can edit all these columns for each step. That's what is talking about. To edit, select the step to be changed and edit it using command, target, value fields. I can simply, let's say I want to edit this command. Here, whenever I type something, it gives me all the commonly used commands that you can use for interacting with the elements, right? So that is what all the commands, you can see these many commonly used commands you have, right? And in the same way for target, right, you can change the elements. Target means these are all your locators. I can change the locators also. And value means what value you want to pass for each element. Okay, so here I'll just say type, so I can select this. So this way you can edit command, target, and value columns. Command text field displays a drop down menu to suggest commands based on entering the characters. As I told you here, whatever the character you enter, it displays the corresponding commands that are available in the system. And then Katalon Recorder supports most of the common Selenium commands. So this commands, whatever it is displaying, right? These all the commands that Katalon Recorder will be supporting most of the common Selenium commands. And these commands are three different categories. Actions commands. Actions commands are commands that reproduce user interaction on the application under test. Accessors. Commands are used to store the results in variables. Assertions. As you all know, commands that verify the application under test behave as expected. So we can categorize commands in three broader categories: actions, accessors, assertions. And then the fourth section is context menu. Right click on any space in test case detail views to display the context menu. You can perform most of the essential actions for command at any preferred test step. Context menu contains managing the test cases. To manage the test cases, delete command, copy command, paste command. To debug, you can use toggle breakpoint. Let's go back here. Right click here. You can copy the command, cut the command, paste the command, right? Or here, you can simply select the new element locator, or you can copy the element, right? Or you can paste the element. And then debugging test case. How can you debug the test case? Let's say I want to add a toggle. How? You simply go to the first column. Let's say I want to add a breakpoint here. Simply click here, right click here, and then you can simply say toggle breakpoint. So this is the breakpoint that we introduced. And right click here, toggle breakpoint again to remove the breakpoint. And then execute. So you have multiple options when it comes to executing test cases in Katalon Recorder, including play a single test case, play all test cases in test suite, pause and resume, and even execute a single command from context menu. As I told you, you can play entire test case, you can play test suite, entire test suite that contains multiple test cases, and then you can play all test suites, multiple test suites. Or if I want to execute a single command, let's say this is my test step, right click here, you can simply select play this test step. You can simply select play this test step. This will execute only this command. And then fifth section is artifacts. The artifact section consists of tabs that allows you to access various outputs and supplementary information generated during the testing process to aid in test execution, debugging, and analysis. These artifacts are crucial for maintaining and improving the quality of the software being tested. What are those artifacts? Logs, screenshots, references, variables, self-healing, upload to Katalon desktops. Let's go back to our Katalon recorder. So I'm talking about these. These are the artifacts. Logs means you can see all the logs of your execution. Screenshots, you can store the screenshots. Variables, you can see all the variables that you define. And then references, and then self-healing. And also you can upload to Katalon test ops as well. Okay, all these are the artifacts that you can use for maintaining and improving the quality of the software being tested. And then let me elaborate one by one. Log. The log tab shows the real-time report log of the test execution. All execution error messages, information messages, and execution progress is displayed here. Screenshot. The screenshot tab shows all captured screenshot of the keyword in capture entire page screenshot test case. So let's assume you created a test case, and under the test case you added a test step with keyword capture entire page screenshot. So that will capture the screenshot here. And then references. So this reference tab displays the detailed documentation of selected command, whatever the command that you select, right? It gives you the details of that command. How can you use that command? How can you use that command? It helps you to ensure the correct types and the number of parameters for the command. And then variable tab. This is the variables tab. The variable tab display detailed information the currently selected command. You can view command name, target, and values in this tab while the test is executing. And then your self-healing. Self-healing. When a default locator fails, self-healing finds alternative locators to complete the test execution. After the test execution is completed, you can choose to replace failing locators by approving self-healing suggestions in the self-healing tab. Okay, so to learn more about self-healing, you can see the self-healing function. This is chapter 4, creating automated tests using Katalon Recorder. As part of section 1 in chapter 4, you will learn how can we create your first automation script using Katalon Recorder. To create your first automation script using Katalon Recorder, you need to perform the following two broadly categorized activities. There are usually two steps to create an automate scenario in Katalon Recorder. The first step is we need to add commands to interact with websites, and then you need to add verify or assert commands to make sure your test case follows the correct flow. For adding commands to interact with websites, following are the steps that we need to follow. To get started, use the recorder to automatically create a test case. What we are going to do? We are going to use the record option that is available in Katalon Recorder. First, we need to click on record button, and then you need to switch to the current active tab. Then start interacting with your website. Switch to Katalon Recorder and click the stop button. So by this, you should see your interactions are recorded as a test case in Katalon Recorder. And then we are going to save the test case under a test suite. So now let us jump onto the system and see how can we automate our first test case by using Katalon Recorder. Under Chrome browser, we already installed our Katalon Recorder extension. Let us select this Katalon Recorder extension showing on right side. Click on Katalon Recorder. Let us use record option to automate our first test case. So if you see on the left side, you do not have any test suites. You do not have any dynamic test suites, and nothing is there in left workspace. Now let us click on record. As soon as you click on record, it opens an active browser tab. And here I'm going to enter the URL related to Cura Healthcare application provided by Katalon. It's a sample application, and hit enter. As soon as you hit enter, you can see here now the actions are getting recorded in Katalon Recorder. And then click on make appointment. As soon as you click on make appointment, now make appointment, click on make appointment button. Now provide your username. You can see on right side it is recording each and every action. And then provide your password. And then click on login button. Once that is done, now let's stop recording. As soon as you stop the recording, let me expand this one. Now you can see we opened the URL, clicked on make appointment button, clicked on username, and then typed the username, clicked on password, and then typed the password, and then click on login button. So you can see all the actions whatever we performed are recorded under Katalon Recorder. But here this is stored under an untitled test suite as an untitled test case, right? So now to make sure that this is working as expected, let's log out this. Okay, let me run this one. Okay, play test case. I just want to run this particular test case whatever I selected, this one. Okay, just play test case. As soon as you click on play test case, see it is playing your test case. Done. So you can see all the test cases are showing in green. That means all your test cases are passed. And also you can see here the logs. If you see the logs here, there are no errors in the logs. Open URL, click on username, click on appointment, make appointment, click on username, type username, click on password, type password, click on login button, right? So you can see everything is logged under a log. So once that is done, I would like to save this test case. What we can do? We can first rename this test case. I want to rename this as, you need to click on this three options, more options, click on more options, and then select save test case. And click on more options, select rename test case. I would like to rename this as Cura Health login test case, right? Login TC01. Click on OK. And I would like to rename this test suite. Rename this test suite as smoke test suite. Click on OK. And also you can save your entire test suite. Okay, so now our test case is saved under Katalon Recorder. And as I explained you earlier, you can edit any command that you would like to for the test case that you recorded. So basically, you can change the commands for the test case that you recorded. So let us assume, let me do a small modification for the recorded test case. Here, we need not to click username edit box. Instead, I can directly type in username edit box. So now I would like to delete this step. How can we delete the step? Select this entire step at the left column and click on delete. Done. In the same way, I need not to click on username. I need not to click on password. Instead, I can directly type in the password field. So I would like to delete this step. Click on first column against that step and then delete the step. And now go to your test case and save the test case. So let us test this. Let us run this again. Okay. Let us log out this and let us run this. As I told you earlier, Katalon Recorder runs your test cases in the existing current tab directly. Simply play test case. See, typed done. How fast it is. See, all the test steps are fast, right? And now you can save your entire test suite as well. Okay, so this is how you can automate your test case by using record option available in Katalon Recorder. And then you can edit your test cases as per your requirement. And you can rename your test case and you can rename your test suite. So once your test automation is completed, you can close your Katalon Recorder. So let us go back to the presentation. So we have completed the following steps. We added commands to interact with the website, which created a test case with all your interactions that you performed on your website. We clicked on record button, switched to the current active tab, started interacting with our website, and then we switched to our Katalon Recorder, and then we stopped the recording. This created our new test case, and we saved the test case, and we also saved the test suite, which is created by default after recording your first test case. As part of section 2 in chapter 4, you will learn how can we create another complex script using Katalon Recorder with Verify and Assertions command. To create a Verify and Assertions commands, first of all, we need to follow the same steps that we followed in earlier section to automate your test case by using the record option under Katalon Recorder. And then we need to add verify or assert commands. There are two ways to add verify or assert commands. What is our first way? After recording the test case, you need to add a new steps through the toolbar item, and then you need to type verify or assert in the command field of the new test step, and then we are going to choose from the list of available suggested commands. For example, you can verify whether the element present or not, or you can verify whether the text present or not, or you can verify if the element does not present or not, right? And then you need to click on the button, select a target element for the current command located next to the target field of the new test step, and then switch to the current active tab, select an element on the page, switch back to the Katalon recorder. Now you should see newly created assert or verify command for the target element. So as I told you, our first step is to record a test case so that all the interactions that you perform on the web application will be recorded. So let us jump on to the Katalon recorder. So this is my Chrome browser. Click on Katalon recorder. Now let's bring this to the right and bring your Chrome browser to the left. So now I would like to create a new test case, right? Let us create a new test suite. Let me show you how to create a new test suite. Here I'm going to say smoke test suite 2. And once you create a test suite, here for this new test suite, I would like to create a new test case. You need to click on plus button, and here I'm going to say login PC02 Cura Health login TC02. Click on OK. Now if you click on record button, the new test case steps will be saved under the new test case that we created. Click on record, and now let us paste the URL of Cura Healthcare application and hit enter. This opens the website, and click on make appointment and provide your username, and then provide the password, and click login. Now let us select the healthcare program as Medicaid, and I need an appointment for 26th of April, and this is an appointment for Tokyo, and then click on book appointment. Done. Now let me stop the recording and maximize this recorder. So if you see here, I can see there are two steps with the open URL. So one of them I can delete. How? Place your cursor in the first column and click and then delete. So this is done. Now if you see, open your URL, click on make appointment, enter username, password, click on login, select the radio button, and then click on appointment, right? So we completed one end-to-end flow. But however, I would like to add one assertion also. So let me just go back again here. Let's go back to our presentation. We completed recording a test case, and then we need to add a new test step through the toolbar item and type verify assert in the command field of the new test step. Let's go back to Katalon recorder, and here we need to add a new test step. How? You can see add a new row. Click on add new row and this will add your new row. Here you need to enter your command. Why? Because I am inserting the assertions. I want to use verify command. Verify, what is, I want to use verify element. Verify element height, verify element index, verify element not present, verify element present. This is the command I would like to use. Select this and now come to target. What is your target element? So here there is an option called selector. So let's go back to our presentation. It says click on button, select a target element. So basically you need to select a target element for current command located next to the target field. So this is the target and here you need to click on selector and then switch to the current tab. What I'm going to do here again, put it this right side. So here under target, let's go back to this website. So you can see this Katalon recorder is now identifying each and every element, right? You can see whenever I place a cursor or on any element, it is highlighting. Now I want to verify this appointment confirmation. Click on this. So now expand this now again. So now I can see expert for the selected element is now populating under target column. And then save this test case. Now I would like to run this test case. To run the test case, you can simply log out this and now let us play this particular test case to make sure that whatever we recorded and whatever the assert command manually we added works correctly. Click on play test case. It's entered password, everything is done and it verified that the element present. You can see here the element present is passed. All are in green color. So let's do one thing. I would like to fail this one. What I'm going to do, instead of element present, I'll say verify element not present. Element not present. See this step now it will fail, right? Let's play this again now. Before I play, let me log out and now play this test case. See, the last step will fail now because that element will be present. So because this element is present, but we are saying not present, right? So it is working, our script is working correctly. So let's change our script again back to verify element present. Okay, this is done. Now I would like to add another test step. What is the step I would like to add? I would like to log out. Okay, to log out your website, I want to add one additional step. How can I do that? Either I can add manually or now I can start recording test script under by using the existing active tab itself. So now what I'm going to do, I can simply click on record and start interacting with the website. I'm going to click on this hamburger and click on logout. That's it. Now let's stop this recording. Now if you see here, the newly interacted steps are recorded here now. You can simply save this now. And now let us run the test case again. Now it should log in, verify, log out. So how easy it is, because Katalon Recorder supports existing tab, you can perform some manual tasks on the web and you can perform the automation task on the same tab itself. Right? Now I would like to add another step here to close the browser. Let me click on add new row and close. See, you can see this is close. So this will close the active browser and save this test case. And now let us play one more time. Before I play, I would like to log out. Okay, it's already logged out. Just simply play test case. Done. It's logged out, it's closed. Now let me play again. Now your Chrome browser is not at all active, right? Let's play this. It opens your Chrome browser and it runs your test case as well. So let's say I would like to play from here. This one. I can use this more options and play from here. So this opens your Chrome browser and then it enters your URL, username, password, logout, log. Done. So that means now your all test steps are passed. Some of the test steps we recorded and then we inserted some of the assertion related steps manually, and then also we recorded additional steps to perform logout, and then we added manually close. So you can record your test case or you can manually add the steps, and your test recording can be continued to add new steps as well. So these are all the different advantages of Katalon Recorder. This brings us to the end of our lesson. Hope you all understand the concepts of Katalon Recorder that we covered as part of lesson 1. Please do subscribe to the channel, click on bell icon, you'll receive notifications whenever I publish more videos. Don't forget to like and share the video. Thank you.